I am still here. My journey started long before today. Repetition built this body. Every impact, every spin, every flip. Every do it again and again and again. Every time my body asks for rest, I ask for more. I can feel what's coming. The chalk between my fingernails. The springs beneath my feet. The bar wrapped in my palm. Repetition becomes rhythm. Pain becomes familiar. Stumble after stumble after stumble. Fail after fail after fail. I never left. I stayed. I hurt. I persevered. Where others shied away, I stepped up. I feel it all now. The work, the weight, the knowing that this moment doesn't come back. Seconds decide what years were worth. I am still here, not by accident, but by sheer will. I am ready. Are you?
Hello and welcome to the afternoon session of Day 4 in the Welsh Artistic Championships 2026. This is the last session of the entire competition. Medals are still to be won, but we've had an absolutely beautiful start to the day in the AM session. Today I'm here with the one and only Emil Barbo, who's been absolutely amazing with us on comms this weekend. And we're also joined as well with Emily Thomas, who's had a great start with us today in the AM competition. Both, how are you feeling?
Yeah, really good. Really excited now for this second half of today's finals. Looking forward to some more big routines and seeing who's going to win some more medals.
Yeah, so this first half of the women's, we only actually saw vault this morning. So we've got the other three apparatus this evening. So super excited. We got a lot of good names, a lot of big routines to see. So really looking forward to it.
And obviously you're going to be giving me the big helping hand. You're going to be my expert eyes. You're going to be the people that are just going to explain everything to the audience and just be the experts in general, just enjoying the show as well from the best seats in the house, which is always good, but also just giving that technical masterclass because you've been there, you've done it. You are probably the best two people to have with me in this situation. So thank you very much for joining me both. But I will ask you one thing. We've got three apparatus for the men's, three apparatus for the women's coming up in the afternoon session. Who are some big hitters? Who do you think are going to be winning these medals when we come into the afternoon? Who's been catching your eye?
So for the women, we've already seen the Roper twins. They both placed first and second of all already. Abigail actually won the all-round yesterday with Emily following Croce in second. So I think Abby's in all events today. I think Emily's in another two.
She's in two.
So we'll have a lot of exciting routines from them. We've also got Ellie Lewis, who's absolutely beautiful on bars. We've got one of the Aspire gymnasts, Sophia, on beam. Even though she's one of the younger ones, she's got a lot of potential for the future. And Alicia as well. So two really young girls, but I'm sure they'll perform fantastically today.
And Emil, what about the men's? What's the crack with the men's?
There's loads of big names, and as we've seen this morning, not all of them managed to get through their routines, and some of the younger ones came in and managed to pick up some medals. So as much as there's big names, I think it's still anyone's to go and win and to get a medal. So I'm not going to mention any names. We'll just watch it and we'll see. But I will say, obviously I'll be wanting the Welsh boys to go and do well. We've got the likes of Henry Lewis on vault. We've got Elliot on P-bars, and I think we also have one on high bar too. So my fingers will be crossed for them to pick up some medals. And to follow up on what you were saying there, obviously some of the younger gymnasts coming in for the men's now, getting that opportunity to win some podiums in a senior competition. What's that going to be like just for their mindset going into this pathway? Well, we both spoke about this earlier, just saying that basically it's such a good opportunity for them to go out there, enjoy the routine. Yeah. There's no pressure on them because they're the younger ones. They're up against some of the more experienced gymnasts. But also at the same time, go out there and show what you can do and show everyone else that you're going to be one to look out for in the future. And as this morning, a few of the older ones did fall and some of the younger ones did capitalise with their clean routine. and got some medals. So maybe we'll see that again this evening.
Beautiful stuff, guys. Thank you. And just to run you through what we have in store for us in this afternoon session, we have the MAG, Vault, P-bars and high bar ready to get the finals underway. And then for the WAG, it's going to be beams, it's going to be U-bars and the floor. So it's going to be a very, very, very busy time in this afternoon session. And if you haven't already known, we will run you through the winners of today's AM finals. So we do have Jacob Edwards on the floor, who took home gold. We also have Ramel Robinson-Bailey, who took home gold on rings. We also have Emily Ropier, who put the vault, absolutely amazing vault session in for the finals to win gold, with her twin sister coming second. And then we've got Zakine Fowles, who came first on the pommel. And we have had news as well. There was a bit of controversy, I will say, because we were having a look at the qualifications from yesterday, and we did see that Courtney on the P-bars, he wasn't supposed to be here, but we did just see him warm up just now, so it's quite exciting, because we were having a chat with him, and we did say that he is very, very, very strong on them P-bars, isn't he?
Rings and P-bars is some of his stronger pieces.
Yeah.
He's very good on floor and vault as well. But no, so it would be very interesting to see what he puts out in the P-bar final. But there was some really big P-bar routines yesterday, so that's definitely going to be a final that you're going to want to stick around and watch.
And then also as well, we have had news on Ruby Evans as well. She was supposed to be in the floor final and also in the beam final. She had a beautiful routine yesterday in the beam final, but sadly she has pulled out of both apparatus today. Absolutely gutted, because she is just a top athlete for Wales and just an absolute beautiful gymnast to watch all around, really, isn't she?
Yeah, so for Ruby, the past, I want to say, maybe 2 years has been really, really busy for her since the Paris Olympics. With Commonwealth coming up and stuff, I think she's already proven herself and what her capabilities are. She's been super successful, has been really, really consistent, and had a really successful last couple of years. So I think with her out of the equation on floor and beam, it kind of opens up the competition for other gymnasts. So watch this space, I guess, and see who kind of takes on the podium.
And we will be seeing a bit from Ruby later on, as we did catch her beam final yesterday, and we did end up she had a beautiful routine all around, so don't fret. She is going to be in the stream at some point, but she will end up just sadly missing out today. But it was a great competition all around for her, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Ruby's got British Championships next month as well, so we will have the opportunity over the next couple of weeks to see her again, but I think she's just sitting out for now, just to recover her body a little bit longer.
And I just want to ask you lot as well, because obviously we're going to be up in the comments box in a bit now. It's going to be a very, very jam-packed final. So any in particular apparatus that you're looking forward to seeing, or is there anything that you're like, oh, when that comes on the screen, I can't wait to just show my expert eye and just have a look at it?
For me personally, I absolutely love watching floor, so that's going to be the girls' final rotation.
I think for myself, vault was always one of my favourite pieces. So obviously we've got Henry in the vault, who we used to have a little back and forth together. He'd beat me, I'd beat him, sort of thing. So it'd be nice to see what he can do today, and I'll definitely be watching the vault final.
And we are eagerly waiting. The light show is starting, and we will see you up in that comms box, ladies and gentlemen.
gymnasts. On the women's bar, we have Chloe Newton, Alain Commander, Ellie Lewis, Maggie Jones, Lexi Holmes, Jemima Taylor, Emily Roper, and Abigail Roper. On the men's vault, we have Leon Thomas, Ewan Crainwright, Jeff Lewis, Kyle Miller, Jack Kershaw, Ewan McAteer, and Henry Lewis. On the women's beam, we have Alicia Henry, Callie Williams, Sophia Davis, Frances Stone, and Rosalie Gaz-Chong. On the men's parallel bars, Cameron Lynn, James Knight, Hamish Carter, Dexter Heller, Courtney Tulloch, Alexander Yoshin Cash, Mikey Dodd, George Atkins, and Elliot Vernon. And women's roll, we have Emily Wood, Ella Evans. And on the men's high bar, with Kane Halsey, George Atkins, Gabriel Manson, Cameron Lynn, Ruby Ward, Jonas Rushworth, and Alice Niles. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are able, please stand for the Welsh National Anthem. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back up to the comms box with us, getting ready for the PM apparatus final. A beautiful little Welsh national anthem to get us started, guys. The atmosphere for a final is always going to be great, especially when you're coming out for these Welsh athletes and their home turf. Welsh national anthem going. It's something of beauty in it. It's got to be something of beauty.
It is. I mean, it'll especially get the Welsh ones in the zone, ready to go out and do the anthem proud on the flag.
Yeah, it's always nice to hear it at the beginning, but would be absolutely lovely to hear that anthem at internationals, maybe at Commonwealth in the end of the summer. So,
well, there's a lot of names here that you never know. They could be on them sheets, on the boards, ready for Commonwealth, and maybe even the Olympics. You never know what's going to happen, but it's always something special when you've got that flag on your chest and you're just representing your home nation, really, in a sport that you absolutely love.
definitely. We would have viewed that anthem a couple of times in Northern Europeans and stuff, competing together.
Yeah, we managed to do a few of those. So, yeah, it's always good to hear it, obviously, away, and everyone standing and having to listen to it is always nice to see. But, yeah, it would be interesting to see what happens now. You've got, obviously, 8 gymnasts on each piece over the next few pieces now. So it'd be exciting to see what comes of it.
And we'll just have a bit of a reminisce as well, because Emil, you've been here a lot of the time this weekend, and obviously you've both been watching the championships this weekend. Are there any moments that have just come out to you as just really special moments in this weekend that you think just, yeah, wow, this is what Welsh Champs is all about?
I think just the whole competition in general, like seeing everyone just be like this big community, and like after a routine you'll have everyone, even if they're not on the same piece as you, just coming over, congratulating you, making you aware that you've done a good routine, like well done, because it's not just about you. It's a massive sport and a massively growing sport as well. So it's nice to see that everyone's coming together here.
Yeah, we've just been able to see some of the second half warming up, and to be honest, it's really heartwarming to see the senior people really taking in, you know, the younger gymnasts, putting them under their wing, really showing them what everything's about, and hopefully encourage them during this final, especially some of the younger ones might be their first final, so it can be a little bit daunting.
Because it's a very different sport in regards to that, because you don't see normally these big names and athletes just on the same field of play as these, like as you could say, aspire athletes, under 18s, under 16s, and then just all coming together and just building that rapport with really, really talented athletes.
Yeah, definitely. I think when I was younger, so Claudia Fragapani was always one of my inspirations, and I remember I DM'd her once on Instagram when I was a kid.
You're baiting yourself out here.
No, I am. Do you know what? I got no shame. But then later on, I actually got really friendly. We competed together on the same team. And actually, she got off this DM later on, and she was like, "Do you know you wished me happy birthday and told me you were my biggest idol?" I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I did that." But yeah, just that way of how she was my inspiration growing up. You know, I got to that point where I was competing with her. She was a good friend of mine, and how welcoming she was for me, who was quite younger than her actually at the time. So we've already seen this morning that some of the older gymnasts are already taking some of the younger ones under their wing and, you know, really encouraging them. It's lovely to see.
It's great to see, like, because this is the same position that these younger ones will be in the next couple of years. So to be able to have the seniors kind of showing you how it's done, showing you that just because we're older than you doesn't mean that we deserve more respect or anything like that, and giving out a little bit of advice, and then hopefully then that just gets passed down, because at the end of the day it is a community. It's a really hard sport, so there's no reason to make it any harder.
Brilliant stuff, guys. And we are going to cut over now to the uneven bars for the first apparatus of the evening. Chloe Newton steps up first. Let's see what she can do to try and get a podium in these finals.
So we got a nice upstart handstand. We've got the blind into the straddle Jaeger, which is a requirement. A little bit short on that handstand then, into the chute. A little bit short again, so it might have a little bit of a deduction. Good, nice mo. So we need the full turn. There it is. Oh, and just need to take an extra swing. So just compose yourself before the big dismount now. And just a nice flyaway to a stuck dismount. Quite a nice routine. So I think Chloe is actually a junior. So again, not the youngest, but is definitely not a senior yet. So she will really be using this experience to take forward, which will be quite useful maybe for the next upcoming months and years for her.
And she came 8th in the bars in the competition yesterday as well. So just got there as well, and a brilliant performance today. Could even see it further up the rankings into the final with the likes of your Abigail Roper, your Emily Roper. And it's just, again, we were just saying then about these youngsters coming in with these elite athletes and just being on the same apparatus.
And how
as them.
exciting it is actually that she did make a little bit of a mistake, but actually she's got so much to improve on, and she still made a final. So, you know, definitely got a lot of ability to be very good on that piece.
And just to bring you back as well, guys, it's just the mentality around, obviously, having the all-rounds just gone. How is it just different mentally to an all-round compared to a finals?
I think it's massively different to the fact of split warm-ups. You may only be doing 1 or 2 pieces. So it's like, it's a big difference. It's a very big difference.
And we're back on to the uneven bars here.
So we look like we've got a nace about to come. So a nace for me has has it all, actually. She's beautiful swinger on bars. She has a lot of power, a lot of difficulty. She struggled a little bit with injury, so actually it's really, really nice to see her out in this final now. And I know she did have a little bit of a mistake yesterday on the qualification in bars, so really hoping that she can amend that now. And definitely is a contender to get up on the podium today.
She just came above Chloe Newton as well yesterday, coming 7th with a 10.4. So she has made the final, and there's definitely a lot to improve on, as you just said, Emily. But the eager waiting of the judges here is not going to be helpful, added to the pressure. But
so while we're waiting for the judges, I think the composition requirements for uneven bars is the gymnasts need to show a flight element from high bar to low bar. They need to show a flight element on the same bar. So that could be something like a Jaeger or the Kachev. They need different grips. So oftentimes, like I said, you'll see the Jaeger, which is in a reverse grip. So you're covering the 2 requirements there. And the non-flight element with a minimum of a 360 turn. So I think in this final, particularly what we'll probably see is just the giant full. It'd be a bit more for those that can increase the difficulty. You can do like a toe full, so you can do it from a close bar. But yeah, so you need to meet these requirements, otherwise we will get a deduction.
And here, as a replay on the vault, Johan Thomas.
There's a handspring 1.5. Small step on the landing. As you could see, his coach was happy with that one. And then as a second vault, we had the handspring pike front. Again, one of the juniors. He'll be looking to put out a clean 2 vaults and hopefully set himself up there with the medals.
So I know in this new code, all vaults, the values of the vaults has been taken a hit, isn't it, really? With them all being downgraded by 4/10.
Yes.
So it kind of makes it a bit more of
And we
an
can see here now,
even feel for the all-around, I guess.
is ready on the uneven bars to put in her performance.
Okay,
The
come on,
hands
Anais.
are up.
So Anais is a taller gymnast, so they actually have to lift the bar slightly. So we've got a beautiful toe full, straight into the ginger. Beautiful ginger with lots of height. And into the Jaeger. Good, now can we see that reverse grip? So that's the flight element from high bar to low, and the reverse grip, so the 2 requirements have met. Beautiful handstand. And a double tuck dismount to finish. Well done, Anais. That is a much better routine than yesterday, so I think she'll be super happy with that.
A beautiful routine there from Anais.
She's super talented on bars.
Really coming in with some prime game time to try and get a podium. And we can see here, Ian Wainwright.
And that is a lovely stuck straight souk. As you can tell, he's very happy with that.
Have a little celebration.
And second vault, we have a handspring tuck front.
Very, very clean routines there.
Very happy. Not so much difficulty, but very clean. He executed them really well, so there'll be minimal deductions on them.
And especially because it is a final, is it more important to really try and execute well more than the difficulty, or is it just the time where you need to almost lock in and get the difficulty up?
It's a bit of both, really. It all kind of depends what you're trying to get out of this final. Of course, with some of the seniors, which are looking to go for a Commonwealth Games, they'll be pushing for the bigger vaults with big difficulty and trying to minimize the execution. So, and then for the juniors, they'll just be trying to kind of hit their vaults of maybe a smaller sort of difficulty, but with perfect execution again.
So we've just seen the end of Anais's, the end of Anais's bar routine. One I'm sure she'll be super, super proud of.
And we can just, we just saw Anais's replay there as well, just slowed down a bit, and it was very, very beautifully executed from a great start for the apparatus, for her especially. And I think we've got a bit of time here until the next apparatus. But you can just see how crucial it is for these gymnasts. to really try and put a performance in here. Just stick over to the vault for
So
the
as
next
you just
routine.
saw there, as you just saw there, he was moving the tape to make sure he was running from the right distance. So they're currently warming up. A lot of gymnasts will run from different sort of distances. They have a maximum distance of 25 meters. So depending on what vault you're doing, kind of depends on where you'll run from. The bigger vaults, they tend to use the whole 25. But as you can see, there's a lot of lines, or sometimes there'll be tape on the vault run. So there's a lot of markings from where people will run from, because you have kind of a specific amount of steps that you will map out to vault.
And we are coming over back to the uneven bars. Ellie Lewis, who came
So-
6th.
Ellie in qualification did a lovely routine, but I know she could do better, so she'll be really looking to amend what she did yesterday. So we got the shap to the ginger, which is nicely executed, a beautiful handstand into the blind. We're going to go into the Jaeger, good, and good handstand again, into the shoot, beautiful handstand. Ellie's doing such a good job so far. Keep it going, keep it going. Good, that's the full turn element there. So just a dismount and a brilliant landing. She's super happy with that routine.
I think you
What a
spoke out
wonderful
into
routine there.
existence, Emily. I think you said to her she needed a better routine than yesterday, and I think that
And she
definitely
did it. Yeah, I think what we're seeing so far from the girls on bars, they've really upped their competition today. So putting pressure on the rest of the girls, that is actually yet to come. Looking like a good final so far.
And we are back on vault to see how Jed Lewis did on the vaults, both his routines.
So that was a Yuchenko full twist. So Jed also actually medalled on floor earlier. And then a straight souk. 2 very clean vaults. He'll be really happy with those. As well as his floor routine earlier. Being one of the juniors and managing to make 2 finals, I'm sure he'll be really happy with how his finals day is going so far.
And back over to Maddie Jones on the uneven bars.
So Maddie Jones is one of our Aspire gymnasts, so one of the younger gymnasts. So we got a blind into a beautiful Jaeger, lovely reach into that. Good handstand. Nice top turn into the full element. Good, just winding it up into a nice dismount. Beautiful work, Maddie, well done.
And with a 11.35, it was 11.3, from her yesterday. A very, very convincing score onto the uneven bars. So another beautiful routine there from her.
Yeah, so for Maddie, it'll be a little bit different with the judging. So she could get a bonus, more bonuses. So she get the 0.2 for the 3 composition requirements, which is obviously everything that she'd met.
And here is the live vault from Kyle Miller.
So there is your double twist. Slight hop on landing, but he'll be happy with that.
And that was just his first attempt, so he can try and see if he can improve.
So he'll be
On
doing
the
a
second
second
vault.
vault here. And in a vault final, they take your final score, which is an average of your 2 vaults. So they take your 2 vaults and get an average score between them. A lot of the time, you will tend to see maybe the more difficult vault first, as it takes a little bit more energy, and then the second vault may not be as big. When it comes to the bigger competitions now, so you'll have your British final, your Commonwealth Games final, you will see 2 really, really big vaults.
I think you just literally took that question straight out of my mouth there. I was just about to ask you the exact question you just answered for me.
So with the vaults obviously being downgraded for the men's, it's just unfortunate.
So that was a handspring double front.
So it looks like that might
I
score
do not
0.
know whether that would be counted. So on vault, you need to show clearly that your feet have hit the ground first. So I am unsure whether that would be scored or whether that would be given a 0. If your bum touches first, you would get a straight 0.
And that is slightly gutting for the vault there. Hopefully, as you said, Emil, it might get scored, but if he does come up with a 0, it will just be his first score that stands into the vault.
So it was actually very interesting there. He chose to go the complete opposite of what I was just saying and do his harder vault second, which is quite interesting. I always used to like to do the hardest one first, just because you're a bit more focused, you land it, and then you can just focus in now.
Here we see Kyle Miller's vault again.
A little bit of a deep land in there, which will come up with a deduction.
Yeah, so that's he'll get a deduction based on lack of preparation there.
Yeah.
Just
So the deep landing would kind of indicate a lack of height and flight as well. Yeah,
So
that's
unfortunately, that would
definitely a
definitely be a 0. But again, it's one of that's a very difficult skill. It took myself years to land that in competition as well.
And we are in the final, and it's something you just got to go for, really, hasn't it?
Of course.
And we are back on to the uneven bars with Lexi Holmes.
see what she can deliver here. So we got the upstart handstand, nicely hit. We've got the sharp, the toe sharp, straight into the shoot, good handstand hit there. So we got the toe on into the mow, good, keep it swinging Lexi, we need to see a fluid routine here. Into the blind, good, we've got the pike Jaeger, the release element. Good, then we're going to go stall to half, winding up for the dismount. Oh no, we got the full turn into a double tuck. Good effort. So I think the second half we had needed a little bit of strength there, but the pike Jaeger that we saw, so Anais did a straddle. The pike Jaeger is actually considered more difficult. So it's a harder release and catch, but executed quite nicely. Well done, Lexi. They should be quite glad to have got from A to B there.
Very well done to Lexi there. She did just miss out on podium yesterday in the bars, so she will be glad to get a good routine going in the finals here today.
Ready for it? Right, comms, we're now going to come to you folks. This is Jack Kershaw.
And we're back onto the vault with Jack Kershaw, seeing both his routines.
She's got a lovely clean handspring straight front half there, showing plenty of height.
Coach looked happy there as well.
And here we see a handspring double front to land. Little step forwards, plenty of height, was well prepared for landing, maybe even a little bit too much rotation there.
Smiles on faces all around there, you can see from the coach, so you think he's definitely pleased with them two.
I'd be very happy with those two vaults.
And we are back on to the uneven bars with Jemima Taylor. Hands are up and she is ready to go.
Big deep breath before we start. Looks a little nervous. Come on, Jemima. Good, now we've got high bar to low, so we've got the nice pack there. We got a nice toe sharp, which is a new element for Jemima. Into the ginger. Beautifully done. Legs nice and locked, which is exactly what the judges are looking for. Good giant turn, full turn. Good, nice blind. Meeting the different grip requirement. Into the full out dismount. What a beautiful routine. Well done, Jemima.
Absolutely
so that is
smashed it.
actually the first dismount that we've seen that is rated either a D or above. So that dismount actually is a D in difficulty value. So she, in this new code, will get a 0.2 bonus for that dismount because she did it successfully, which obviously will be a great addition to add to the final score for her.
Jemima Taylor bringing the A game, or should I say the D game,
The D game, yeah.
into the high bars today. Coming third yesterday in the all-around.
So Jemima's absolutely beautiful. Everything she does is pretty much, it is perfect. The alignment, the legs, all the way down to the toes. Judges really can't take too much.
And it looks like we're going to come to Ewan McAteer on the vault, both his routines.
So there's a beautiful
nice.
2.5 there. So I actually spoke to Ewan earlier today, and we spoke about this, and he said that he was going to be doing it. So it's good to see that it was executed really well. And then the Yuchenko double twist with plenty of height there.
Yeah,
He
a
seems
little
well
clap.
happy. Clap for himself, and then a nice clap from his coach as well.
And we are back on uneven bars. Emily Roper, the silver medalist from yesterday's bars, wanting to maybe get the upper hand on
Emily
her
also
twin
took
sister.
second in the all-round yesterday as well, so having a fantastic competition so far. Let's hope she can keep it up. Nice handstand. What a beautiful series there. Right, into the shoulder. Sharp. Pack. Good when it keeps this going. Good. Toe full. Squeeze it tight, tight, tight. Good. Back into the sharp up. This is a super difficult routine so far. Good handstand there. Now blind. Into the straddle Jaeger. Good top change. Oh, it looks like her guard has come off there. And she's still going into a double tuck. Oh my goodness.
Beautiful.
Now that is experience you see there to continue going. I'm not sure how she actually carried on there. That is unbelievable.
There's a little
Just did that on her bare hand.
I can't believe that.
I'm very
I
impressed.
can't believe that. Yeah, quick high five. She probably had a mini heart attack in that bar in there. I mean, I definitely did watch it. I was speechless. But what a good member you could have on the team that you know if something little goes wrong there, you know she has got it.
And here's Henry Lewis for his second vault. Very good 2.5, similar to yesterday's, but we'll take it as a small improvement. We'll have to come back to see his first vault in a little bit.
And we were watching him yesterday. I remember watching him in the competition yesterday. The amount of power he really does get on his run-up.
And
See
here's the first vault.
the power in his face.
And there's the drag. Brilliant drag there. It's probably one of the cleaner ones that I've seen him do. As you can see, him and his coach are very happy with that. And he'll be hoping for a medal out of those two big vaults, which I'm sure he will get. Just a deep landing there.
Yeah, it looked like he was a little bit on the rotation because actually the height and flight from our angle didn't look too bad.
Everyone is bringing up their A game. Uneven bars on vault have been very, very, very competitive at the moment.
We've had a very, very strong couple of vaults so far.
And we are coming on to Abigail Roper in the uneven bars.
I believe she qualified in first on this piece yesterday.
She did indeed. With a 12.65 score,
So you
taken
got
first.
the giant full, straight into the immediate blind. Straddle Jaeger. Nice and clean so far. Beautiful handstand. Down into the pack. Good, really working the bar. To the sharp. And into the ginger. This has been quite a used combination so far. Winding up for a big dismount. Beautiful double A. So once again, like with Jemima, that is actually a D dismount, so she will also get the 0.2 bonus for that.
A
Oh,
beautiful performance there.
I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know if she's injured herself a little bit there.
Maybe a bit of uncertainty here. Hopefully, Abigail is okay, because she is going to be a very, very busy woman in these finals if she
Yeah.
does go ahead.
She's only halfway through. Get it together, Abby. A little cut toe, I think. It's all right. She got 9 more.
Hopefully, we can see she might be okay here. Hopefully, because it's going to be a very chaotic floor with both MAG and WAG running at the same time for all 3 rotations here in the PM sessions. I think that is it for high bars and vault for the first rotation. And we can just see here the MAG final stand-ins for the first rotation. Iwan Makatia taking first spot with a 13.8. Henry Lewis taking a second place with a 13.45. And then you can see there Jack Kershaw taking third with a 13.35 on the podiums.
Brilliant outcome for the top 3 there. I mean, some amazing vaults from Ewan. pretty much stuck his first vault and then a small step on the second. He'll be happy with that. That'll probably get him a qualification score for Northern Ireland for the Commonwealth Games. So that's massive for him.
And moving on to the WAG apparatus final scores. For the first rotation, Emily Roper taking the first spot with 12.85.
So I don't think they've got Abigail's scores quite come through yet because I can't see her name up there.
We'll just have to wait and see what happens there. Hopefully, we'll get the scores back in for her.
Oh, and we just quickly
We had a
seen
little
it.
sneak peek there. They're teasing us a bit here. They're teasing
And she's
us.
gone above her sister with a 13.15.
I think that is a new record for Emily Roper being top of the table for about 5 seconds. And then her sister taking
That won't be a
over
good ride
from her.
home tonight, will it?
There'll be arguments in the car from them too.
No, but I suppose it is very small between them both, and they're both super talented gymnasts, and actually both very beautiful on bars as well. So, yeah, like I said, there's a little areas of improvement, but being that it's so early in the year, they're doing absolutely astonishingly.
And you can see there as well, Jemima Taylor taking the third spot with a 12.45. A carbon copy of first, second, and third from yesterday's uneven bars.
So what we saw, especially with the three girls on the podium, is the fluidity through the routine. So there was no struggle. They got from A to B. There was no hesitations. All handstands hit, legs and toes, beautiful, and really going through those connections. So really got them up there into the podium.
All to play for. Off the first rotation, medals have been won. And we can see Iwan McAteer's vault again to see how he got that gold.
That was stunning.
Amazing vault. I've seen him do that so many times, and he's so consistent with his 2.5. It's so clean. And then a big double twist in Yuchenko there. He has been prepping for triple, so maybe that'll be seen in the future soon. So he's got plenty of height, plenty of time to put the extra twist in, so I'm sure that'll be coming.
I don't think he'll need to if he keeps on winning golds like this, I think, but you never know. And we can just see here again, Abigail Roper's uneven bars performance. Like you said earlier, Emily, just beautiful routines from both sisters, but...
Yeah, so they're a little bit taller gymnasts, but actually the extension between their legs and toes is beautiful. Which normally I think for a taller gymnast can either be a good advantage on bars or a disadvantage, I suppose, but they really know how to use and swing the bar, so it really, really helps them.
There's a lovely little dismount there to finish it off.
Yeah, the D-dismount with the bonus.
And on the floor at the moment, warming up, we have parallel bars warming up with the MAG, and we have beam warming up with the WAG for the second rotation of the evening session. But just going to have a little chat with you both as well, guys. And we know we're going to see a lot of competition here with Courtney coming on to the P-bars. I know you're excited, Emil, for this rotation.
Of course, this is going to be a really, really close final here. There's some really strong people on P-bars. You've got Courtney. I think Elliot qualified in first yesterday with a very strong routine. So we'll be looking forward to seeing the outcome of this.
And just to chat with you a bit more as well, guys, about these finals. So obviously you've got the first rotation just finished off here, but when it comes to the finals and then coming into after the all-around, how important is it, just especially when you're coming into these podiums off the all-around and you're having the podium finishes and these medals, how important is it just to keep your head into these final days? Because you still go in, obviously, with the finals the next day. How important is it?
So for the seniors, their turnaround, like I mentioned earlier, isn't actually a lot. They were competing yesterday evening, finals started this morning. So, it could work in their advantage slightly that they're already kind of in that little cycle, they're in a little bubble. That might work for some. Whereas we've got some of the Aspire, some of the younger kids today, they actually competed on Thursday, so they've had a little bit of a break. So I guess they've had more of a recovery than the senior. But I suppose with the advantage of the seniors using the apparatus yesterday, they potentially wouldn't have used them for a while. So I guess it all has its pros and cons, really.
And we can see as well, I was having a look earlier, and I did have a little chat with Hamish Carter yesterday, who is going to be on to the P-Bars today. He did just compete in the floor final, coming 4th, and also rings, he came 5th. So this will be his last final of the afternoon. So hopefully he'll be wanting to get a little podium onto the P-Bars today.
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously, the more finals you have, the more chance you have of getting a medal. But then also, you're more tired, you've done more pieces again. So it's all about finding that balance of maybe not necessarily upping the difficulty on every piece and only upping the difficulty on the pieces that you're more likely to medal on. But then again, as we've seen today, some of the more experienced gymnasts have taken falls. So it's about just preparing yourself correctly and not overexerting yourself on every single piece.
Beautiful stuff, guys. And just to chat to you a bit more as well, but obviously we're coming to the end of the Welsh Gymnastics competition. Just to bring you back to when you were competing, when you were down there on the field of play, what would the days after be looking like for you two? Just after the competition, what would be the first thing you do when you return home and then get into bed and have the first day back?
For me, I think we both discussed this a little bit earlier, is a pizza.
Oh, I don't.
It's a pizza. It's
Yeah, that very
home.
nutritious recovery food.
Hey, carbs and protein. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the pepperoni.
Plenty of protein in pepperoni, definitely.
So,
It's all about that energy at the end of the day.
of
Yeah,
course.
honestly, I would go home, I'd have a really long bath, and I would get myself to bed. With the Welsh, so like I said, next month is the British, so the turnaround for the British isn't actually too long. So normally have a day off the following day, but straight back into the gym that same week or the week after, and really start hitting those routines and trying to dust away the cobwebs from, the Welsh then. So one of the first comps of the year.
And we are going to get started on the second rotation here of the apparatus final. Emily Roper waiting to receive the signal from the judges.
So Ruby Evans has actually dropped out of beam final today, so Emily Roper would have been first reserve and is taken in. I think Ruby just has a little bit of a foot niggle. I don't think it's anything major, but just giving her body a little bit of a rest. So I'm sure Emily will be able to put on a beautiful performance with that squat spin executed wonderfully. So a well-structured routine will have a varied selection of elements, so change of levels, going up and down that we've already seen. So change of direction, we got the forward, backward, side elements. We've got the beautiful flick lay that didn't even flicker there. We also need changes in the rhythm and the tempo, which she's showing beautifully in the choreography right now, and creative movements and transitions. So I'm sure we'll see more of that. A very difficult full turn to the side of the beam. Now this is difficult because you can't quite see the beam in these full turns. Oh, keep that tight. Oh, that's a shame because the routines so far look really, really good. Let's hope she can compose herself and just finish off on a high. Good, so we see that dance where we're going up high on our toe. Good, nice split in that change leg to change leg half. Good, just concentrating now on this big dismount. So we got a good double tuck dismount. So because this dismount, once again, is a D or above, she will also get the 0.2 bonus. I quite like this bonus. It really gives you the incentive to go for these really big dismounts. That's what gymnastics is all about. And actually the 0.2 adds on quite a lot to the end score, really.
And we can move on now to James Knipe, a youngster with his
Just
first
upstart
routine.
to half lever there. Lift to handstand. Got a lovely tip out up to handstand there. We've got a beautiful Makats there. Healy in as well. Slight bend of the legs just to get that round. Stutz, he'll be looking to finish up here. Going for the dismount now. Double tack to land. Unfortunate about the tip out and the extra swing, but he'll be happy with that. I mean, he's in a very big P-bar final here, so just gaining loads of experience.
And yeah, I was just about to say, yeah, James Knight, fair play to him. He has a very, very busy weekend. I was on the commentating duties when he was competing on Friday in the under-16s, and very successful from him, so fair play to him. We've got Ellie Lewis here coming up onto her beam routine.
So beam is typically the most nerve-wracking apparatus on which gymnasts perform acrobatic, dance and tumbling skills, designed to test a gymnast's poise, precision and balance. It's a bit of a shame for Ellie. She did the same mistake yesterday on beam, but actually composed herself really well and finished on a fabulous routine. So really hoping she kind of does the same thing from now on, really. So we've got the acro flick, layout, not a hesitation on landing. Then we've got the double spin. Did well to save that there. At the next acrobatic element. So we've got the side element, the aerial cartwheel, and it's just slightly off again. So I think she'll be slightly disappointed with this routine, Ellie, but normally bars and beam are apparatus which she is extremely good on. So we've got the change leg into a split jump. Nice legs and toes. Good. And then we've got the change in rhythm and tempo and change in levels as she goes down with her back on the beam. Now double squat spin, executed wonderfully there. See if you can keep it up all the way to the dismount. You know, Ellie is a very elegant gymnast. So just finishing up. Dismount, full twist. I think she'll be a little bit annoyed with herself there because she knows that in training she's been hitting these routines one after the other.
Brilliant determination from her there to finish off the routine. And she might be a bit disappointed with that one, but still brilliant for her to finish off that routine well. And here we see Cameron Lynn's routine on the P-bars.
So starting with the Makut, pirouette, front uprise into the straddle front. Composing himself now for a travel along the bars. We've got a lovely tip out there. Stutz. Double pike. Lovely routine there.
Lovely little routine there from Cameron Lynn after his first place in the P-bars yesterday. And now we move on to Alyssa Henry.
So
Just getting ready.
Alicia, again, is one of our Aspire gymnasts, a very young gymnast. This will be her first time in a final. Now, I've actually seen her training quite a little bit in the foundation squads. Beautiful, beautiful gymnast, always has beautiful extension in the legs and toes. You know, really gives on a bit of a performance, actually, on the beam. So let's hope the pressure doesn't get to her on this now. So because she is in the Aspire, she does have extra bonuses than the senior. So if she did a D dismount or above, she would get the 0.2 bonus. And she would also get a 0.2 bonus if she sticks the landing on a dismount that is worth C or above. So putting in extra little bits here and there just to try and make it that little bit, give a bit more incentive. Good, nice leap series there. Good combination. So we have no hesitation on there. That's what we need. This is going to be the acro series. So we got the flick, beautiful legs. So like I said earlier, really showing off how nice and flexible she is with all the extension. Everything the judges are looking for, really making the artistry, really using it well. Nice full spin, no waver there. With that side dance, which is a requirement. So we need to use all directions on the beam. Another requirement is you have to touch the beam with all body parts as well. So, oh, that's a shame. That's such a shame. She was doing so well. Keep it up, Alicia, doing super well. So I actually spoke to Alicia before we started, and I said to her how, what a great opportunity. Oh, and a stuck landing. Good girl. What a wonderful opportunity it is for her that actually she's one of the youngest, but still is in the top 8 in Wales on beam. So what an achievement for her. She should be super proud of herself.
Smashing stuff to build that confidence and come into that and absolutely smash it.
Definitely. You won't have many opportunities before the British where she could have experienced a final, so I really hope that she takes this in her stride and should make a final in British, I hope, with that routine and do well.
And here we see the man we were speaking about earlier, Hamish Carter, looking for that first podium in these finals.
So we're starting with a lift to handstand there.
Very, very frustrated face there from Hamish. Hopefully he can keep motivated now and just keep going in these finals today, because it hasn't been the very successful one for him, but hopefully he can find his stride. And coming back over to the beams then, we see Callie Williams getting ready for the judges' signal.
Let's hope the judges don't take too long for her. Especially not on a piece like beam anyway. Really don't want to be waiting.
That's the one thing that I have realised from these competitions is just, if it was me in that situation, just waiting for them judges, it's so nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it is a really big mental game. You've really got to try and keep your composure and not put too much pressure on yourself. So in this new code, they've got an elevated requirement on the artistry. So you've got the 1.5 squat spin there. You can get heavily penalised on the artistic side of the routines these days. So it really is a requirement for the gymnast to be able to, like I said on Alicia, it was a good example of all the extension between the arms and the legs. So we saw there the leap series. There was a bit of a pause after the change leg, so she needed to connect 2 different leap elements there. Just getting ready for the acro series. She's got flick layout, beautifully done. Good, so a good beam routine will have good flow. You shouldn't see too many start-stops. We'll have a different rhythm, so some bits will be faster, some bits will be slower, but it really shouldn't be start-stop like. So a bit of a fight on that aerial walkover. Good extension on that straddle jump. Just getting ready for this dismount. And a nice straight front with a good landing to finish. Beautiful routine. Well done, Callie.
Callie Williams there with a routine that hopefully can see her climb the standings in the final.
Yeah, so that was a demonstration of a little bit of a more simple routine, but like we discussed earlier, sometimes less is more.
And Dexter Pedder here with his P-bars routine.
Lovely Diamidov there, hitting the handstand and Stutz as well. Into a beautiful front uprise. Unfortunate on the double front there.
A slight little trip there on the dismount for him, but looks like such a demanding apparatus on the P-bars, just the core strength and just the upper body strength that you need.
It's very demanding, and you'll see here in this routine from Courtney Tulloch of how much, how demanding it can be with some of the big skills that you're about to see.
He's definitely got the muscles for it, hasn't he, Courtney?
So you've got Homer, pirouette, double back between the bars. Here we have a double front between the bars. So you saw he just did it backwards, and now he's done it forwards as well.
That was
so
impressive.
really build in the difficulty. Under some to handstand, long swing to handstand, and here's another double back. Going for the tip out here. We'll be looking for a big dismount now to finish up a brilliant routine.
Oh,
And he'll be
what a
happy with
routine.
that.
So I wonder, so Courtney has recently had a little girl, hasn't he?
He has.
I wonder how different he now finds, the training and stuff with the daughter. Sleepless nights, maybe.
Maybe a few.
And here we can see the beam standings for the WAG final. Emily Roper taking first place with a 12.2. Callie Williams just taking that second place off. Is it Alicia?
Alicia, yeah.
Callie Williams with a 10.7, and then in third place, 10.55. Almost there on the beams, but that is how it stands at the moment. And just to follow up, as you can finally see on this screen as well, because I've been dying to see how thin that beam actually is.
4 inches wide. I'll tell you how wide. Not very.
That is... It's fine. It's actually quite nice to actually see it on this screen, because when you actually are there looking at the performances, you can't see just how thin that beam is, and it's just...
Yeah, it's tiny. And I think it's not
It's
even just how
unbelievable.
wide it is. I think it's like 4.1 feet tall, maybe. Don't quote me on that, but something like that. So, when you're stood on, you actually do feel like you're quite high. It's quite daunting.
And then we can just have a look at the MAG Apparatus Final 4. We are actually. The MAG Apparatus Final, the current standings at the moment, Dexter Pedder taking the top at the moment with a 12.8. Cameron Lynn taking second with a 12.2, and James Knipe, the youngster, taking the 11.4. Courtney yet to be added up on his scores, and we'll see where he gets at the moment. But we'll have a gander at what he scored in a while.
I'm sure he'll be up there with the people placing in 1, 2, and 3. It's just where he'll be is the question.
There's a very, very convincing performance from him as well. So he'll be hoping to get into that top 3. And we're going to stick on to the P-bars here for the next routine from Alexander Yulshin Cash to add his score onto the standings we've just seen.
So starting again with the Homer, pirouette, lovely undersum half into undersum, McCut, swinging pirouette, lovely Diamondov to 1 bar back in. Stutz, he's swinging really well here. Looking for a big finish. Sticking that dismount, so he'll get a dismount bonus there. Brilliant routine.
Beautiful stuff there from Alexander. High fives and smiles all around for him there.
That'll be a very good score for him there.
And it's going to be a quick setup here for the next one.
So as you can see, some of them are putting syrup onto the P-bars.
I did notice, yeah.
So
talk us through that, Emil. Talk us through that.
It's all to do with grip. So obviously the bars are wooden.
We will...
We'll
I'm
come back
going
to
to
that.
hold you on that one, Emil, because we are going to have a look at Sophia Davis's routine
So
on the beam.
Sophia has quite a nice story, actually. I know her her old coach, so she's actually from Penabont Gymnastics. I know her old coach personally. She had a chat with me when she was there, and she said, And to be fair, I've got to credit the coach. He said I'm not quite sure if I can reach her full potential. So had a chat, and she's now been centralised at Sport Wales here, and thank goodness they did, because what a gymnast she's become. She's had multiple British titles in the last 2 years. So we're just getting up for that big acro series here, the flick layout. Oh, beautifully done there. Not a hesitation on landing at all. So Sophia is absolutely beautiful. I think this is probably her best apparatus. So nice split on that leap series. Working the side dance. She's going to get a straddle jump next. Oh no, she's not. She's doing the aerial cartwheel. Oh, and she's happy there. You can see a little smile. And a round off full twist to finish. Oh, beautiful routine. Well done, Soph.
Absolutely amazing.
Really, really stepped up, actually. In her first ever final, I don't think that could have gone any better.
And I think that smiles on my face right now, even though it's just an absolutely beautiful routine, but something, just the story behind it of just these young gymnasts coming in and smashing out a routine like that. It's got to put a massive smile on your face, really, isn't it?
So before I went on maternity, I actually was coaching Sophia a little bit. So to see her blossom, I actually haven't seen her for a couple of months now, while I've obviously had my son. So to really see her blossom and get a lot more confident on this piece is really, really rewarding, actually. I would love it if she could get on the podium today.
You're going to be eagerly waiting for them standings now,
Yeah,
just to see
I
if she can get
will.
on there. That was an absolutely beautiful routine from her. Fair play.
I couldn't have asked much more.
And here we have Mikey Goddard onto the P-bars.
Starting with upstart to lever, followed by a lift to handstand. Tip out to the end. Moi back in. Lift to handstand. Very flowing here. Smooth McCut. Healy, beautifully swung out. Diamidov, lovely to handstand there. Big front uprise for the dismount. Oh, we've opted for the double pike instead.
Beautiful.
Lovely routine.
And I'm going to finally ask you now, Emil, what is this sitch with syrup?
So
What is
syrup,
the sitch?
Obviously the bars are wooden, so sometimes it's difficult for the chalk to stick to them. So what they tend to do is put a little bit of syrup on there, because obviously it's very sticky, and then combining that with the chalk helps the chalk stick to the bars, creating a really rough and grippy texture, which helps with a lot of these long hang elements where they're swinging underneath the bar.
And we see here George Atkins taking the P-bars. Close to the end of this final second
So
rotation
you've got a
now.
bavsar there, so that's from one end of the bars to the other through the long hang element. Tip out, so he's opted for it again. McCut. Healy. Little bit of a fight there. Stut to handstand. Shoot. Back up to handstand there. Big dismount to finish. Lovely routine there.
Beautiful stuff there from George Atkins. A little pat on the back from the coach as well.
So I don't think we've actually seen anyone get the bonus for the stuck dismount for the men's side yet, have we?
Not on the P-bars, no.
It'll be interesting to see if we do see that as well, because we are coming to the end, close to the end anyway, of this second rotation. And we're coming to Jemima Taylor of a performance on the beam.
So like I said earlier, Jemima is very textbook. Execution has it down to a T. So if she can pull this off today, I'm sure she will be up on the podium. A beautiful double squat spin to start. She's already got that bronze from the uneven bars behind her, so let's hope she takes that confidence into the beam. So we've got the change leg, into the change half, into the flick. I'm not sure whether they'll give that change leg to change half, so potentially she might need to do 2 separate leaps just to get that the leap series given as one of the requirements. So we've got quite a unique acro series by here, the backward roll. Oh, very nice, into the flick layout. Very nicely done. So we really don't see that backward roll very often, so it's quite nice to watch. Got the aerial cartwheel, very nicely landed. Really giving a performance, using the side dance. To a nice straddle jump, split jump. A little bit on the back leg there. But have a small 0.1 deduction. Gearing up, I know she does a double tuck dismount here, so big D dismount. And she does, oh, it's close, close. Oh, and she managed to pull it off. Well done, Jemima.
A gutsy little land in there for Jemima Taylor.
So had she put her hands down then and fallen, the 0.2 bonus actually wouldn't have been awarded. So she did really, really well to keep that on her feet there.
And a massive hug there from the coaches.
Yeah, super happy. So I think Jemima's having a bit of a better day today than she did yesterday. So she's glad to have put yesterday behind her.
Definitely bringing that game face to the finals. Fair play to her. And hopefully we can say the same here for Roxanne Nika-Soshan.
Yeah, so I believe Roxanne is first year senior, so we'll really want to be gaining experience today. So a little bobble on that mount. Straight into the change leg. Into the tourgette. Now the tourgette isn't normally a leap that we actually see, which is quite difficult on beam. She will need to do 2 extra leaps though, just to get that leap series given and awarded. Into the flick layout, which was nicely done. Good. Using the up on the toes. Now we're using all of our, I said earlier about the body needs to, every part of your body needs to touch the beam. So that roll really covered it. To the squat spin. So we got the 2.5 squat spin there. Really using that dance, trying to breathe in between those different skills. So this is a little bit of a slower tempo than some of the other routines that we've seen, which I'm sure will come with a bit of experience. Good fight there though on the aerial. So the aerial walk over straight into the split jump, straddle jump. Oh. So that's a funny one, actually. All of that difficulty in the routine, and she goes in a straddle jump. I'm sure she'll be a little bit disappointed with herself there. Sometimes towards the end, you just lose a little bit of concentration. But actually, the routine, and a beautiful dismount. The routine up until that point was actually quite nice. So, like I said, I think she'll be a little bit disappointed with that. Let's see if we see the handshake. Yeah, we do.
Always going to see that handshake at the end of the routine.
That's cute. Why did I never do that?
So here we have Elliot Vernon on P-bars, starting with Homer. Pirouette. Into the McCut. Healy. Another pirouette. Undersum half, beautifully to handstand, followed by another undersum. Long swing. Undersum to lever. Lifter handstand. Going forward, dismount here, double front. Small adjustment on the landing. I think he'll be happy with that routine.
So yet another
really
clean
showed a nice
there.
pike position there before the dismount. I don't even think I could have done that when I was training.
Yet another clean routine there on the P-bars. It's going to be a very, very difficult time to get up in the standings in this final. And here we see Frances Stone.
So I
Big
think
jump.
this is the last gymnast on beam today. Now, Frances, for me, is definitely someone to watch in the future. She has absolutely bags and bags of potential. Just needs a little bit more experience. I know she's had a major with Ruby, and I think it was Emily with the European Championships. So a little bit of experience, but definitely much more to give. So a lovely flick layout acro series there. Into the leap series, change leg, change half, which is nicely done. Now the aerial. So we can see with experience here about the different tempo, how this routine's, she looks a bit more confident than some of the others. Nice into the side semi there. Really hasn't had much of a wobble yet, doing excellent work. Now we're getting low onto the beam, into the squat spin, a very popular spin. I'd be quite surprised if they don't downgrade this in the next cycle. So Frances has a lot of power, but also is quite elegant as well. So really using this code to the maximum here, which is what we want to see. So gearing up for this big dismount, which I believe is the double tuck, which I think she over-rotated in qualifications yesterday. Much better today. Well done, Frances. What a beautiful routine.
Absolutely smashing it. All gymnasts into the second rotation of the day as we see the women's final scores on the balance beam.
Here we go.
Frances Stone
Frances was quite a bit above everyone else, but like I said, you could really see it in that performance. The rhythm and the tempo of the beam routine was really fluid, didn't stop. So, not
absolutely
surprised.
Brilliant there. And then we can see the MAG apparatus final onto the P-bars. Alexander Yolshin-Cash taking that first spot with a 13.8. Elliot Vernon taking second place, just behind Alexander with a 13.75, and George Atkins taking third with a 13.6. You can see there how close all them formations were to each other.
It was a brilliant final, that. Love to watch P-bars when you've got such good gymnasts on it. It always produces such a close final. Brilliant score for Elliot there, hitting another qualification score for the Commonwealth Games, so I'm sure he'll be happy with that.
He will be absolutely buzzing, I'm sure, especially when they're coming just from the corner. And it's exciting times for all gymnasts at the moment with all the competitions. It's always a busy year when it comes to all these competitions, truly.
Yeah, especially this year. This year, well, the first half of this year is going to be ram-packed with competitions, trying to hit scores, and just making sure that they qualify or put themselves in the best position to qualify for the Commonwealth Games this year.
And what we'll do is we'll just have a little look as well at the apparatus final for the beam, because we didn't have that much time to look at it. So we'll just have a look and talk you through the standings whilst we can see it. So what we can do here is just have a little chat about them. So obviously we did say that Frances Stone did take first place there. And we can see as well second place Emily Roper with a 12.2. Another medal for her. And then Jemima Taylor taking another third, 12.15.
So these three gymnasts here are the more experienced gymnasts on the team. So I'm not surprised they've taken the podium. You know, they really make the new artistic element of the new code of points. They really use that to the maximum. Sophia Davis just underneath though, just missing out on the medals. But actually, she really couldn't have done a better routine if she tried. And the fact that she's come so close to, you know, the seniors and the experienced seniors as well should be something that she should really be proud of and taken away from today.
A very, very, very tight final in both the beam and the P-bars there. And I think, well, Jemima Taylor's going to be absolutely chuffed with another medal, 2 in a row there for her.
She will.
And we are into our final rotation now with the WAG floor taking it to the start of it with
Got a
see
nice
what
split
happens
fold
here.
there. So setting up for that big first tumble, so the round off flick to double pike, nicely landed. So the artistry deductions on floor these days are severe. There's major focus on making the routine a performance rather than just a series of tricks. So the key areas of artistry we'll be looking for is the musicality and expression. Gymnastics must really perform to the music rather than just dancing, which we're seeing nicely here. There needs to be a variety in choreography, so changing levels. So we can see she's down on the floor, but they're doing the full squat spin. So we've got the front round off flick into a 1.5 twist, nicely landed. So should be focusing on the technical precision and the dance elements, including clear and deliberate positions and fluid transitions, which we're seeing lovely here. So final tumble around off flick full twist, nicely landed there. So a nice dramatic music and a beautiful finish to end. Good, what a good start to the final rotation for the women's today.
The final rotation here, and as you said, a beautiful start there.
So not the most difficult routine we'll see, but like I said, sometimes less is more. She really executed it well, so I can imagine her execution score would be quite good there. Whether she could match some of the other competitors in the competition, well, we'll soon see. But yeah, I'm sure there's more difficulty to come.
As we see, we just had the first routine on the floor, but we've also got the mag, as you can see in the background there, setting up for the high bar on our final rotation here at the Sports Wales Centre to see who is going to take home these medals in the last rotation. And we see here Roxanne taking her stand on the floor, patiently waiting. I've said so many times how anxious I'd be if I was waiting for them judges to put their hand up.
So while we're waiting for these judges, the composition requirements for floor would be they need to have a dance passage composed of 2 different leaps or hops. They need to have a salto with a minimum of a 360 turn, a salto with a double breath axis, so like a double back, and a salto backwards and forwards as well, which can be in different passes. Should be setting up for a big first tumble here. So we've got a big double pike, easily done. It's a nice elegant routine here. Need to really use the expression a bit more. So on floor, what we're looking for is not just a performance to the judges, but also to engage the audience as well. So nice split there on that leap series. And the tourgette full. See the facial expression there? That's what we're looking for. Got full twist. Into the 2.5. Very neatly landed there. Nice little Ghostbusters routine here. Makes me want to dance with it. Double squat spin. So this will be a 3rd tumble coming up. Round off flick. Double tuck. Easily landed. Should be super pleased with that floor routine. There really wasn't much deductions they could have taken on the dismount and the tumbles there. So I'm a bit distracted. She looks a little bit upset. I'm not sure why. I hope that is happy tears.
Hopefully it's just tears of being overwhelmed of just absolutely smashing that routine. Fair play.
She should be super proud of herself. First year as a senior, and to really come out and put a routine like that.
And she has been really, really busy today as well in this final. Fair play to her. And absolutely smashing it for her final routine on the floor. And we can switch over now to the high bar to see how Mikey Goddard got on and his final apparatus of this competition.
So he's starting in reverse grip into the squat half. Unfortunate there on the release. So he just was a little bit too close to the bar. So if you see, his hands don't actually make contact with the bar. I think he caught his wrists. So he didn't quite have time to grip the bar before he fell down.
You'll pick up deductions there on the height and flight as well as taking the full mark for falling off the bar.
Quick determination here to get back up onto that high bar.
So cast there to continue the routine. Going for a big release element here. Lovely release and catch, nice and clean. Catching at full extension. Lovely stoop in. Beautiful squat to handstand there. Going for his dismount here. And that's a double, small step on the dismount. He'll be a little bit disappointed with missing his release there.
Absolutely, yeah, but got to give it to him as well. We've seen it a lot this weekend, the determination in these gymnasts just to keep going and get back on the apparatus. Obviously there's going to be a few falls, there's going to be a few tumbles, but it's always about that determination to get back on.
Of course, I mean, there's 6 pieces. If you look at it apart from today, there's 6 pieces. So it's always good to keep your head up.
And here is Zakane Fauzi, who has already got a bit of gold on him today after the AM finals.
So it's a unique start there with the stoop through to handstand. Lovely squat half. He'll be going for a big release here. Lovely release and catch there, catching at full extension. And he's going again. Such big skills for someone that's still only a junior. Amazing routine. He'll be looking to stick the dismount here. Oh, amazing routine. Unfortunate about not sticking the dismount because that would have really topped it, getting that bonus there. But apart from that, what an amazing routine from such a promising, talented youngster.
Very, very clean routine there. And he has already picked, as I said earlier, he has already picked up gold, taking first place on the pommels this morning.
Depending on how the rest of the routines go, I can see him maybe picking up another medal there.
And we are going to switch over now, back to the floor. Ella Evans taking a deep breath in before starting her routine.
So Ella is another one of our junior gymnasts, so not quite senior yet, I believe. I think she's first year junior, could be second, not really sure. But I'm sure this floor final will be a great experience for her. She's a very beautiful dancer, very expressive. Can't wait to watch this, actually. Normally, I think she's... yeah, I don't think she actually knew she was going to do this final today, so I think it was quite a nice surprise for her.
Do you think it's always good as well to finish off on the floor in the WAG, just to have a bit of fun and just let yourself loose?
Yeah, definitely. If you've got a fun routine, it can be like a bit of a party. I think Ella's is a little bit more elegant though. We're starting off with a beautiful double squat spin there. So because Ella's a junior, she could get some of additional bonuses. Starting off with a round of flick double tuck. Beautiful. Oh, a beautiful landing there. So I believe on junior for a stuck landing that is C above or above in difficulty, you can get the 0.2 bonus. And you get the 0.2 as well if you have a D or above on the dismount. That is good. That is a beautiful second tumble there. Into the change leg half, showing very good 180-degree split. Oh, I like that part. That was making my heart go in, that was. You can see Carol, her coach, in the corner. Pushing for the last tumble. You got the double twist. She did well to stay on her foot there. Looks like she kind of took off a little bit early. But I'm sure she'll be super proud of herself. There's been a beautiful routine so far.
And a lovely finish. Good job, Ella.
An elegant performance there from Ella Evans. Absolutely beautiful there, and she should definitely be pleased with that one.
Yeah, so once again, one of our younger gymnasts, so really will be taking all of this in her stride.
And we are now going to jump over back to the high bars. George Atkins.
Again, one of our more experienced gymnasts in the competition today, representing GB on multiple occasions. He'll be looking to do a big high bar here and put himself in the medal contention. So we're going for the squat half to start, winding up for a big release. Beautiful release there, catching a full extension. And another Kachev by there. Going for the squat into the Russian giant. Endo, top turn, Stolder. He's going to wind up now for a big dismount, looking for that stick. Landing a little bit short with his chest down. The judges will be taking some deductions on that one, but a brilliant routine, and he'll be happy to have gone through.
And he's already got a bronze medal in the bag from the P-bars that we just saw in the last rotation, so he's going to be wanting to add to that collection on that one. And we are jumping back to Lexi Holmes now for her routine on the floor.
So Lexi is a first-year senior. She's had a lot of success in her junior years. Beautiful, really difficult double straight to start. So she was the 2025 Welsh Junior All-Around Champion. She actually took gold on floor in the 2025 British Championships on floor as well. So really a piece where Lexi excels. Good, easily around on that double squat spin. This is a new routine for Lexi as well. One that I actually like. I think this really suits her actually as she moves up into the senior, more of a mature routine. Then we've got the round off flick, 2.5 twist, beautifully landed there. Judges can't take any deductions on that landing. So we've got the leap series to a change leg half. So gearing up for this final tumble. So the front round off flick, full twist to finish. And a nice, elegant way to end the routine there. Good job, Lexi. Beautiful routine.
Another beautiful routine there on the floor. Everyone on the floor really putting in an effort to try and get onto them podiums in this floor final. Switching it up now to Gabriel Langton on the high bar.
Starting with the upstart change hand. Squat half. Winding up for a big release here. Lovely release, swinging out of it. And he's winding up again for another one. Oh, such a shame there. So as you've seen, just catching with his wrists instead of his hands. And often you see people do that, and sometimes you can get quite lucky and slip down to your hands and carry on. But more often than not, they will catch with their wrists and just bounce off of the bar.
It was an awkward landing there. Feels a bit of discomfort. Hopefully he can have the determination to get back on.
Well, it looks like he's getting back on the bar to finish up here.
Brilliant resilience from the young man there.
So, and cast the handstand to continue his routine. Lovely swing in here. Stole the to handstand out of that. Winding up for his dismount here. Just a shame about the hands down there. I think he's in a little bit of discomfort from that fall earlier on.
Big respect there for carrying on with that after a very, very awkward fall. Brilliant resilience.
So it looks like we're going back to floor here. So the key changes in this code for the women's is there's an elevated artistry and composition deductions. They're a lot stricter on execution and posture, and there's specific deductions. So requirements for toe point, foot form, or body posture, particularly on beam and floor. So the overriding goal of these changes is to differentiate between gymnasts emphasising clean execution, body form, and artistry, in addition to the technical difficulty also.
And it was a very pleasing performance as well from Anais yesterday, taking 5th on the floor.
So we saw a nice bar routine from Anais this morning. She's also another gymnast that has immense amount of power, but has struggled recently with injuries. So beautiful double high leg there, and very flexible. So big round off flick, double back, has a huge amount of height there. So really engaging in the judges as she's right in front of them there. Good change half. Good gearing up for that second tumble. Come on, Anais. Good, we've got the handspring full. Doing well to keep that on her feet there. Good double squat there. With beautiful extension on the legs. It's a very dramatic floor routine. Really having to use the body on the dance and the choreography. So good leap series there. The tourgette full. And a great routine for Anais to finish off this competition. She'll be super glad, I think, to finish. She had a better day today than yesterday. So good job, Anais.
And she'll be hoping to
Coach,
get back up
Natalie there looks really happy. Natalie's not actually a coach, Liv there is, but you know, like Emil was saying earlier about the community, everyone's happy for everyone when you do a good performance, so super happy. High five all around from teammates.
You absolutely love to see it. After a big performance there, smiles all around, like there has been the whole weekend.
So we can continue that for the last couple of routines. Don't end in disaster.
And you can see here Ellie Lewis chalking up.
So Ellie's another gymnast who is very, very elegant. Has gone through a couple of different routines throughout her career. She's gone through, you know, the nice jazzy, boppy ones. Now she's matured. She's going for a more artistic, more elegant style of dance. But actually, she can dance to both really, really well.
The patient wait.
Let's hope it's not too long of a wait for her. So she'll really want to be putting that beam routine behind her now and really finishing off well on the floor.
Final routine of the day. Trying to end off with a bang.
See that smile to the judges there. Come on, Ellie. Round off flick. Big double pike. Oof. Easy landing. So we can see with Ellie there, in comparison to some of the other gymnasts, the extension all the way down to the fingers. So that's what the judges are all looking for. So good change leg leap there into the tourgette. No move, no budging on the landing. Nice double spin. Getting ready for the second tumble. So the 1.5 to pike front. You see teammate Fionn in the corner as well. What you also see with Ellie, which we haven't really seen much so far, is the eye contact with the judges. Really showing her confidence on this last apparatus. Yeah, and how she moves to the beat. Everything the new code is looking for, really maximising this new code, working it to her advantage. Come on, Ellie, last tumble. Round off flick, double twist, easily around. Very well executed routine from Ellie there. Good job, Ellie. I think she'll be happy with that routine. Like I said, especially after that floor. So good for her that she finished Welsh Championships on a very good floor routine.
Definitely finishing off on a high there. Absolutely brilliant routine there. And just a quick question for you as well. Obviously, with these routines now, you see the change in the music, the change in style, and the change in speed of when you're on the floor. Does that come before you pick the song choice, or is it more of a you pick the song and then you just work the routine around that?
Yeah, so you'll pick the song first, and then do the performance after. So the song choice, I think, kind of should reflect your personality. So you should really see your personality shine through. That is, unless your personality is quite boring, which I'm sure none of these girls are. Then you kind of got to fake it till you make it. But no, I'm sure these girls are all quite bubbly and good. So really trying to express that to the judges and to the audience.
And we can see here Emily Ropper wanting to round off her day as well with a big bang on the floor routine.
So she qualified 3rd place on this piece yesterday in qualification. Looking to try and make a little bit of amendments here, I think. Good, so we've got the nice triple squat, which is super hard. It's nice to start with. Getting ready for this big first tumble. Double pike. Just managed to stay in the flow there. Good dancing towards the judges. Nice dramatic music. So Emily actually represented GB at the 2025 European Championships with Frances Stone and Ruby Evans. So great second tumble, just a little bit step back on landing. So the second half of the floor final is really, really up their game. Nice extension on the legs in that leap series. Goes nice change full. Into the third tumble. Good. Try and take a big breath here. So round off flick. 2.5 twist. Easily around. That was a great routine for Emily to finish off her Welsh Championships, and what a championship she's had as well. I'm sure she will have loads of positives. I think she's tired.
She's had a very, very busy day. She had a very, very busy weekend.
Yeah, I don't think her or her sister's going to have much talking on the way home in the car, are they? They're both just going to be flat out.
Oh, you'd think they're used to it by now, and they've been so close together on levels, and
yeah.
Just every single time you see one of them on the podium, you'll see the other just coming up behind them as well.
I wonder how that works, because you can tell they're very, very close. But you know, in a situation today, they're rivals. So are they sisters on the floor? I'm not sure. I wonder how that dynamic works.
Here we are seeing Chloe Newton's floor routine after coming 6th yesterday.
So we've got a nice double pike to start. Straddle full. Legs a little bit low on that straddle full, so we'll pick up some deductions. Into the forward tumble, the handspring full twist, easily around. Nice smile to the judges there. Really using all of her body through this dance. Got the tourgette full. Into the change half, so a little bit short on that split, which will pick up some deductions. Do you want to breathe in this last tumble? Round a flick, double tuck to finish. And a beautiful double that was as well. Wonderful routine to finish off this year's Welsh Championship. She'll be happy with that. And so is coach, you can see.
All round brilliant performances there on the floor, and it'll be so interesting to see what them standings look like after all of that. I think that is the end of the rotation, but we have a lot to catch up on with the high bar to see how the rest of them routines got on.
So it'll be interesting to see how the rest of these high bar routines went. I know there was a few big ones yesterday, so we'll be looking to see them go through again and see who's pushed themselves up in the ranks and see potentially who's dropped.
And we can see here Cameron Lynn stepping up to the high bar on his routine.
So he's gone for the Zula Min to start. Beautiful squat full to handstand there. Squat half into the connected release. He's winding up for another release here. Lovely Kovac. Stolder. Quast into the wind up for the dismount. Double twist. Legs almost gave way there, but he done well to fight that one. And he'll be happy with that as the final routine of the day for him.
Nod of the head there. Very, very clean routine. And then we see again Ruben Ward.
So looking for a big high bar here. Again, opting to start with the Zula Min. Squat half. You'll see he's going to go wind up for a big release here. That's a straight catch up with a full turn. A very difficult skill. Into a straddle catch-ev. Immediate release in connection. Squat through. Wind up for a big dismount here. Lovely routine there from Ruben Ward.
Such clean performances here all round. Everyone is bringing their A game, especially just all round really, whole of today.
Yeah, we started off with floor this morning for the men's. We had picked up quite a lot of falls actually, but as the competition has come on, you can just see the standard has really risen. I think everyone has kind of risen to the occasion, haven't they, today?
Yeah, I think the second day is always a bit harder to get into, but then once you're into it, it flows a lot better.
Really getting into that flow state and coming to the end of the competition.
All looking for a really big finish.
Jonas Rushworth now. Last apparatus of the evening for himself.
So again, opting for that re-grasp there, straight into squat half. He's going for another big release here. Again, you have the straight catch-up with a full turn, winding up for another big release. Straight catch-ev. Your blind turn there. Squat to handstand. Lovely straight out to handstand there into the Russian Giant. Top turn there. Ready to wind up for the dismount. Lovely double-double to finish up there.
A very, very clean rotation apparatus there for Jonas Rushworth. And hopefully, I'm very, very excited to see what these standards are looking like. But obviously, we aren't finished yet. We've still got more to come. And hopefully, we get to see the standings on the floor as well when it comes in due course. But I feel like it's been a very, very successful championships this weekend for everyone involved. And the competition just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's been an amazing day today for majority of them. There's been some youngsters that have risen to the occasion, and then you've had some of the more experienced ones which have showed their experience and had amazing routines as well. So it's been a real mixed bag. So it's nice to see that you've got some of the youngsters pushing some of the older ones still.
I think the new high bar rules feature upgrades to many once popular releases that had fallen out of favour due to their risk reward. So I think we'll see a lot more of a very difficult routine and
For instance, I think the Lukin, which is the straight catch-up with a full turn, that has been upgraded due to its risk. So
maybe
here
we'll
we
see
have
some more of them.
A wind up for a big release. Lovely catch there. He's winding up again, going for another one. Some real big skills here. So a huge straddle catch-up there. Now into the squat out to handstand. Beautiful work here. And another squat half coming out a little bit late there. Winding up for the dismount. Beautiful full twisting double straight there. As you can see, he's happy with that, with the clap.
And that is the end of that. That is the high bar standings coming in for the MAG final. Ruben Ward taking the crown with a 13.5 to take first place.
Oh, that podium is actually quite close. Like you've got.
It's very close there.
Yeah.
Again, it's nice to see another youngster up there pushing these older ones, showing that he's not just here, he is here to try and push for some medals.
And this is why we see here how the point ones and some of the bonuses are actually crucial in being the difference between fourth place and first place.
Absolutely crazy. As you can see there, just the points between first and fifth is like they're all on 13. It's just about them bonuses that really takes the cake. And Ruben Ward just comes on to that, taking gold medal for himself.
Yeah, that's why every little toe point, knee bend, bent arm is absolutely crucial.
And I think hopefully we'll get to see the standings for the women's in a bit. But I just, again, want to just catch up with you both as well, just about your overall opinions on the championship so far.
So I think this championships has been really promising, actually. Like I've said multiple times now, we're still very early into the year. So the fact that they're putting this level of difficulty and even the execution actually overall has been quite well. You know, up over the next coming weeks, you've got British Championships, you've got majors like Europeans, you've got Commonwealth this year as well. So I think everyone is in really strong contention to get in onto those teams.
Like you saying there's loads of competitions. You'll have all of your national competitions in the first 2-3 months of the year, and then you'll have your British, which is the main one here. So I think over the next 2 weeks you have we have the Welsh this weekend, of course, the English and the Scottish over the next 2 weekends. So you've got all of your home competitions now over the next few weeks. So some people may be doing one of them, two of them, and some may even be doing all three of them. So they've got plenty of time to get scores in here.
And we can just see here on the wide shot, these are the people that have brought you the streams to the Welsh Championships this weekend. Cardiff Metropolitan University, the Sports Broadcasting Masters, all in on the floor there with a little photo and a little clap for them. Obviously myself being part of them students as well. bit gutted I'm not down there, you know, but I want my clap as well.
You have to go
but
down on your own
you
now.
get to sit up here with us.
you know what? I'm in a happier position here. I'm happy. I got a seat here. I'm happy, but obviously it's a big, big privilege to come down to the Welsh Championships and just take control of these streams. And it's just been absolutely an unbelievable event to be with. And obviously it was a lovely little round of applause there for us because I think it's been an absolutely brilliant weekend and we've thoroughly enjoyed.
So I've got a few questions for you.
Go for it, mate. Honestly, you
Of
go
course,
for it.
you're not a gymnast and haven't done gymnastics or probably watched it before yourself. So you coming obviously helping out with the broadcast, running the broadcast. How have you found your experience here watching the gymnastics over the past few days?
You really put me on the spot. You've switched up.
I've not played the Uno reverse
You're
card.
too good on comms. This is too good.
Who's the expert here?
I know. No, it's just been an absolutely unbelievable competition, especially here in Wales, and it's just amazing to be part of a sport that I've never done before. You know, and just learning on the job is so crucial, and the gymnastics that has been on shown is just amazing to watch. So elegant, so clean, satisfying at times as well. Just seeing the perfect landings, the strength, the just commitment from all of these athletes. It's been amazing to watch. Absolutely amazing.
And has there been any real standout moments? Just give me, let's three standout moments across the whole 4 days.
Wow. I'm going to give you on Friday the under-16s and under-14s opens. South Essex and their gymnasts from the come all over the country. They had South Essex, them under-16s and under-14s. They were absolutely unbelievable. Just the youngsters that come in and are so keen to try and just get up these pathways and foundations. It's unbelievable. I can't believe I'm getting interviewed on lead commentator and I'm getting interviewed.
I mean, you're part of the reason why this is happening, so I thought I wanted to get a bit of information out of you as well and see how you found it, that's all.
And after that lovely little chat, I really enjoyed that. We are going to finally see the women's standings for the floor. Emily Roper taking the lead. 12.8 for her first position. Unbelievable. And you can see again how close it was between, well, all around, but second to eighth. All on 11 all around, and then just them points and then bonuses just taking the cake there.
Yeah, Emily once again has had an absolute stormer of a competition. She should be feeling really, really confident going into this next season on the next upcoming weeks. Little bits here and there that she could modify, but overall she is in a fantastic position. And Roxanne Nika there, who is a first-year senior, and Lexi, actually both first-year seniors, to get up on that podium. Fantastic job both.
It's going to be an absolutely brilliant experience, them getting the medals and coming onto them podiums that we'll see in just a while. We could just go to Emily Roper as well, just a bit more on her and her finals today. Second on beam, first on floor, second on bars. Just the consistency on the final day of the championships is absolutely brilliant from her.
Yeah, really can't complain too much about that, could you?
Hopefully as well, we can see a few more replays and some of the best bits that we've seen today. Ewan Nakatia back with his vault that won him that gold.
Just an amazing 2.5 there, so clean, literally dead straight down the line there, a little hop. And then again, a lovely Yuchenko double twist, plenty of height. In my opinion, should be adding some more twists, and I'll probably bump into him later and I'll be telling him this. But
being harsh there, being harsh.
I've known him for a long time, and we used to compete in the vault final quite often against each other, so we'll give each other a little bit of stick here and there, but plenty of height for another twist in there.
Absolutely beautiful. He's going to be definitely chuffed with the gold medal for that performance. And we see here Abigail Roper, her brilliant performance on the uneven bars.
Yeah, this is a winning performance. You can really see the extension all the way down to her toes. We see the quite popular sharp ginger there. A couple of the Welsh girls have used that today. Into that D dismount, the double straight, which awarded her the 0.2 bonus.
Top of the table there for Abigail on the bars. Absolutely brilliant performance. Switching over to the P bars, Alexander Yoshin Cash for his absolutely stupendous first place performance.
Homer to handstand there. Pirouette. Lovely undersum half. Undersum to handstand again. Really padding in the difficulty there. Beautiful Makats. Immediate pirouette. Diamondov to handstand. Diamondov to one bar back in. Stutz to handstand. Front uprise. Big dismount. 2 stick. That'll be massive where he'll get his extra 0.2 there. That would have played a massive part in him getting his gold medal on P-bars there.
Very, very crucial from him. With a 13.8 final score from him, 0.5 points off second place. So that made all the difference for that gold medal for Alexander. Frances Stone now.
So I believe Frances only competed beam on this Welsh Championships. So she'll actually be really pleased that she managed to take the win on this today. And also correct the dismount that she over-rotated yesterday in qualification as well. So a great example of the combination of the acrobatic elements alongside the artistic. So the artistic requirements, the dance, the choreography. Good example of the split there. So what we saw with Frances, like I said earlier, is just the fluidity of the routine. There really is not much pause, there's no break. She looks really confident, really owning that beam. Like she's in control. Because most of the time, I think most gymnasts will say, it feels like the beam's in control. As we see the nice squat spin here that she executed wonderfully earlier. Good, really no wobble there. So you can see really touching the beam with all parts of the body, one of the requirements in the new code. And to finish off with a big double tuck dismount coming up. So see, round off, big strong push, wraps in the double tuck, and a beautiful landing.
Absolutely beautiful. 13.05 point performance there from Frances Stone on her beam final. Ruben Ward's absolutely brilliant routine that we just saw. We got to see it again just to see how well.
So there's the back up into the Zula Min, which is a very difficult skill, obviously swinging around the bar on one arm. Takes a lot of core strength. There we had the squat half into this extremely difficult Lukin there. Amazing skill that, very difficult.
We will have to come out of that though, because the one thing we need to see is all these amazing gymnasts come out at the end of the finals, claim their medals and reap the rewards. We can see here the WAG finalists coming out. To claim their podium. And then we see on bars here, third place Jemima Taylor, Emily Roper taking the silver, and then Abigail Roper getting the better of her twin sister there, taking the gold. And claiming third place for their beam performances, Jemima Taylor Emily, you'll be very pleased to see her on that podium. Emily Roper again on that podium taking second, and then we just saw her performance just now. Frances Stone taking that gold medal on the beam apparatus final. And moving on to the winners of the floor final. Lexi Holmes takes bronze after a beautiful performance all round. Roxanne Nika taking the second place medal. And a popular woman to be on these podiums this weekend, Emily Roper, taking gold for a beautiful all-round floor performance. Absolutely, congratulations to all the gymnasts involved in the final today, especially the amazing women that have been so determined to reach the finals and claim their medals. Absolutely well done to all, but obviously an absolute well done to every single gymnast that has been taking part in this weekend's competition. Both, have you enjoyed?
Yeah, this has been a phenomenal experience. First time commentating for both me and Emil. Like I said, very different sitting on this side of the fence, really, but thoroughly enjoyed. Everyone did fantastic this weekend.
And yeah, Emil,
Yeah,
yourself?
same as Emily, really. It's been a long weekend, but it's been a long weekend sat up here, kind of viewing it from a different sort of perspective. And it, even as a gymnast myself, it goes to show how much these gymnasts actually put into it and how much they do within a competition. So you kind of gain a little bit more respect, but in a kind of different way. So yeah, it was an amazing experience. And yourself?
It's been a brilliant experience, and it's been an even better experience having you two beside me as well. It's been absolutely amazing. And hopefully, just before we wrap up, before what an absolutely beautiful competition it's been, we get to see a few of the replays of the performances we did miss, because we always want to see how everyone else did to get their gold medals. Sadly, none of the men did come to go and receive their gold medals, but we can still see how well they did to get there anyway. And
so we have Ruben Ward up here on the high bar. So I think it cut out about halfway through, so we're going to watch it from the beginning again. So you have the Zulum in there. Into the squat half. Now he's about to wind up for a very big release here. So you have the straight catch-up full, also known as the Lukin. Very big straddle catch-up there. Immediately into another release. Top turn there. Brilliant routine here, and he's about to finish it up with a big dismount. Double twist. Slight hop on the landing, but amazing routine there.
And we are going to move to see Emily Roper's floor routine, and the routine that got her that gold.
Okay, she's a fantastic asset to Wales. Really showing. She must have really looked at the new code of points with the heavily artistic deductions and thoroughly gone through them and broken them down. Very beautifully landed double pike there. Good. You can see really engaging with the judges there. Good. So when we, so as women, when we dance, it's not even just about moving the legs and moving the arms. It's really about moving every part of your body, which Emily does really well. But you see, with every leg, with every time she lifts her leg, it's always beautiful and straight. Hits that split, hits the 180-degree split. Here we got the change full there. It's all the way round and just preparing for her final tumble here. And just the 2.5 twist. what a performance Emily and her sister Abigail have really had this Welsh Gymnastics Championships.
Brilliant from all the gymnasts here today at the final. But sadly, this is the final day of the Welsh Gymnastics competition, and it is the end of our stream today. But I will love to say thank you to you, Emily. Thank you to you, Emil, for joining me and having a brilliant weekend and joining us for something very different that we don't normally see here in Welsh Championships. But it has been an absolutely unbelievable weekend, don't you think?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Such amazing routines. Gymnasts really came out and put on a performance for everyone. So there's not much more you can ask for, really.
And you never know. Hopefully next year, you never know. We could be back, seeing you back up here again. You never know. Commonwealth calling, maybe British Championship commentators in the making, I think. But no, I just want to thank you both. You've been absolutely amazing. And it's been an absolutely brilliant day. Especially, got to give a big shout out to the Cardiff Metropolitan Sports Broadcast Master students for their amazing work over the last few days to bring this Welsh Championships not just to the people in the audience, but to the homes of everyone that are watching right now. So I would like to thank everyone watching. Thank you for joining us on a brilliant weekend of gymnastics, and hopefully we'll see you back next year. But until then, I've been David Griffiths. Goodbye for now.